Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 11 of this NHL 25 Nashville Predators franchise mode here on my channel. Today we're going to be getting into the 2028-29 regular season sim. So if you enjoy this one, make sure to go down below, drop a like, subscribe, and hit notifications, and also leave comments to get featured like these people. So guys, in the last episode, I left you with the questions of, with the Predators having a successful offseason, here's what I've got for you. 1, what do you think the team's record will be for the upcoming 28-29 regular season? 2, who do you think our top 3 scorers will be in order? And 3, who do you think has a breakout season in NHL or other leagues? So, the only comment responding to this question was Braden Cream saying, I think the team will have a 45-plus win season for the regular season. Then he said 2, I think the top 3 scorers will be Alexis Joseph with 89 points, Steven Riedel with 82 points, and Landon Dupont with 75 points. And then for number 3, he said, I think Belchetz will have a breakout season. So great comment there from Braden Cream. We'll see how many of his predictions actually come true. And we had a couple other comments, not directly responding to the one I left you guys, but Joseph Shaw was asking, you can change Schaefer's chemistry to match the coach system. I don't know if we can actually do that. I am wondering, I think that's got to be through conversation. That's the only way I think we can do that. So let's see about on-ice play. So yeah, it'll be scheme fit. So we'll try to get... Let's see if we can get a scheme fit to work. Okay, so that didn't work, so we can try... Yeah, that's pretty much all we got to do here. So we tried, it didn't work, but that was a good comment there from Joseph Shaw. We'll keep trying that year after year to see if we can get Schaefer to fit better. And then Cole Allen was asking if I can make a video on how to develop players. This is one thing that he feels he can't do. Yes, I can definitely make a video for that. It won't be immediate, but once it is available, I will leave a link down in the description of this video. So for episode number 11, for a link to how to develop players better. So yeah, we will touch on that topic here in a little bit. But looking at this season here and the team we're rostering this year, the team looks really good. I wouldn't be surprised if Filip Forsberg is yet again our top scorer. He's been just an absolute unit for us, scoring at or over a point per game here for the last 4 out of 5 seasons. He's been very steady for us, so yeah, that would be my bet for who our top scorer is. But Riedel had a great season. Wouldn't be surprised if he makes another jump this year. Again, 37 goals is no small feat for a 21-year-old. And then we've got some really young players here, guys like Alexis Joseph. But again, 38 points in his rookie season is pretty solid. I think he's just going to go up from there too. And Dupont is not a bad option or pick, considering he scored 47 in his rookie year. Just keep an eye on those guys because, yeah, this team is going to get really good really quick, in my opinion. So before we continue on here, let's go take a look at contracts and see if there's any extensions we can offer. I don't think there are, because we got Schaefer extended already. That was 8 years, 9.5. He is the longest extended player that we currently have, which is great. Besides that, looks like Joakim Kamel maybe will be a guy that we extend, but he is currently not interested in an extension, which is okay. Besides that, I think we also got Steven Riedel was another decent contract, 6.75 for the next, that was 5 years. Okay, so till he's 26. So yeah, nothing to really worry about there. The goaltending is going to get insane here really quickly, but that is okay. And honestly, I think we're going to see a really, really solid season out of this team. So I just want to make sure. I think we were doing no scout, or just auto scouting, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we were doing auto scouting. Okay, so that is fine. We've got a bunch of highs and hards here for this season. But I am realizing I did sim engine shot frequency high by accident. I think I meant to keep that at medium. And I did notice that last episode, or the last time I was editing a video from this series. So let's make sure we fix that. But without further ado, let's get to the regular season. We are going to go month by month here and just kind of check in on the team each month, see how they're doing. give you an update on the record and the points and everything like that. But let's see how we do. So first things first, we got to get through the the preseason, sorry. And Ricard Vlasic is our new coach. I think our season's goal could be to, make a playoff spot is a good preseason goal. I think that's fine. Again, we were able to make the playoffs last year. We qualified for the first round and were knocked out by Detroit. And that was, of course, year number 4 of this Nashville retool/rebuild, because I would call it a rebuild considering we got some very top-end picks. We had pick number 1 and 4 with Dupont and Josi, pick number 4 with Belchetz, and then pick number 2 with Schaefer. So yeah, there's a few years of just very down seasons for this team, very bottom of the league finishes. But yeah, we only lost in 7 to the Dallas Stars last year. So yeah, that's a team that we definitely want to kind of improve on and try to beat this upcoming year. We're going to get a lot of trade offers for Joakim Kemell. I'm not really surprised about that. I kind of expect that because he is on a 1-year deal, but let's see how he performs. I think he could be a pretty key piece to this team in the near future, but we got to keep him around for that long to see if he does actually become that player or not. So off to a smoking start here, 0-2, 1-2 in preseason. Preseason doesn't matter, obviously, so we're not really going to worry about that. But once we get to the regular season, we'll take a look at the team and the roster and everything like that. And, okay, salary cap compliant, looks like it. And, yeah, everybody's healthy, ready to go for the regular season, which is good. And, okay, apparently the simulation didn't stop, but that's fine. So let's take a look at our team ratings here before we actually get into the season. I think this team's going to be really good, but again, we'll have to wait and see. So one other thing we're going to do, it looks like they've got William Lascelles starting game 1, which, I mean, I do have the goalies on auto-rotate, and yeah, okay. So this team is in a decent spot. Lascelles being 20 and Ravensburg being 21. Again, we're really just trying to decide between these two goalies who's going to be the guy. We've got 2 more seasons to really decide that. I honestly don't know who it's going to be. But Ravensburg had a really good rookie season, 911 save percentage, 6 shutouts, and 33 wins in 65 games, or 64 games. We're really going to have to see if Lascelles can somehow put up better numbers or top that save percentage, because if he does, that's crazy, but I honestly don't expect that. So, here's a look at our team for this season. We've got 91 offense, 91 defense, and 87 goaltending. That's a pretty solid team, honestly. Like, it's not the best team I've ever seen, but it's pretty solid. So, yeah, we'll see how that team does. I'm realizing now that we never actually updated Landon Dupont as far as his gear and equipment and everything goes. It looks like he's mostly a Bauer guy, which is fine. I think it's just a matter of his tape job is a little wonky, and there's got to be something else there. I think, yeah, he's probably missing something else, so we'll see. See what we can do here for equipment. Yeah, it's totally the tape job and everything like that. Just everything looks a little bit off right now, which is funny. So we are going to give him the... Looks like he is a hyperlight guy, so that's fine. We don't need to change that, but he is definitely a full toe kind of guy. And skates, I think, are fine. I think he uses the Bauer Shadows. His gloves appear to be hyperlights as well, so that's also good. And then for the helmet, it's kind of hard to tell what he wears because he's in junior, so CCM is prominent in junior up until this year, obviously. But we are going to do one more thing here. Well, 2 more things, technically. First being, he does do a full... I think he does a full tuck, actually. Yeah, he does a full tuck, okay. Not just a back, or just a front tuck, so... Or, I guess, no tuck, sorry. Okay, so we'll do that, and then... as far as his facial hair goes, probably going to give him a... I think he'll be able to grow a full beard once he's actually ready. I'll give him a dark brown beard, no beard currently, and a number 2 in the playoffs. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, So Dupont's good there. And then I think the only other guy, I can't remember if we actually updated Belchetz or not. I remember doing Ruedel. I think I remember doing Alexis Joseph too, but let me double check that. No, maybe I didn't update him, honestly. Looks like he's, yeah, no, I definitely didn't update him, but he looks kind of all over the place with his equipment too. Looks like it's a combo of like CCM and Bauer, so yeah, hyperlights, but then he's got a jet speed for his stick and then vapors for his skates. That's just such a weird combo, but you know, whatever. I guess whatever you're comfortable with. He's definitely, we're gonna go jet speed FT6. He has the full no toe like that. I'm actually going to go FT6, no, 5. Yeah, FT5, okay. No mouth guard's fine, and then he does a no tuck as well. Interesting. Okay, so that's Alexis Joseph. See if he makes any noticeable difference this year. I mean, he was still good last year, but yeah, the last guy there, I think is Belchetz. I'm pretty certain I updated... blanking on his name right now. Rasu last year? Yeah, I definitely didn't do Belchetz either, because you can tell by the equipment. And yeah, Belchetz I definitely did not update, because he is a guy that uses true hockey equipment. So yeah, let's toss him a true helmet there. I would assume he's probably going to use true gloves if he's not in the dub. Or the O, sorry. Let's give him those ones. Okay. Skates, we're going to give him true as well. Looks like he's using a... Oh, I can't even tell. He's probably using an A6, but we're going to give him a catalyst. And then he does a half toe, or half no toe, sorry. And I think he's got a back tuck, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is correct. Okay. All right, so Belchetz is good to go as well. I think he might be the final player that I hadn't edited yet. So yeah, he's gonna be fun in the near future. I'm really excited to see what Belchetz can do on the Preds. And yeah, this team overall is just loaded to the brim with talent. So yeah, let's begin the season sim here. I am just going to stop up quickly and we'll take a look at the AHL. I'm not going to highlight the AHL ratings for the team, but yeah, we'll begin this month and see how we do here. So we're going to get a ton of trade offers, and I'm going to have to probably update the trade block. But starting off with 2 losses here, we're not off to a particularly hot start. We do finally get our first win there against New Jersey. And let's see what we're looking at for AHL ratings this year. All right, so we finish off our first month 5-3. We are actually 3rd in the division right now, but with the tied for the most games played out of all those teams. Our top scorer so far is Steven Stamkos. Okay, not bad. Dupont's got 5 defenseman points. That's pretty good. And Ravensburgen's won 4 out of 7 games. That means Lascelles only started 1, but that means Lascelles has won 1 out of 1 so far. So, not a bad start to the year. Let's see if we can continue that momentum into November. Okay, guys, so November does not go very well as we managed to win all of 2 games and we lose all of the rest. That means we lost 12 games. No, 11 games in November, and we are now bottom of the division and like 6th last in the entire league. So yeah, it was really not a good month. I think the goaltending honestly just kind of fell apart more than anything, which is expected from young guys. I can't say I'm particularly upset about that. It's just something that happens. But yeah, Ravensburg going from a 913 down to an 894 is not very good. And yeah, we're not going to be anywhere near the top of the standings or scoring or anything if we can't just completely turn this around and win like 8 to 10 games here in December. So let's see how December goes. December's a big month. But yeah, really not looking great so far. Okay, guys, so we continue to lose games. I think we won 6 games, maybe 5 in December. So yeah, this team is definitely taking a step back this year, which doesn't really make sense to me, but you know, that is what it is. We are at least 10 points, maybe 12 points out of a playoff spot, so we would have to win, probably go on a 10-game winning streak to actually make the playoffs at this point, and I don't think that's going to be possible. But yeah, no, okay, this coach is just not getting it done. I don't want to just absolutely rip him, but like we have multiple guys injured. Honestly, like the injuries are occurring so much here. Everybody's just been injured this year, so I am wondering if I have the injuries too high maybe, or what's going on here. Yeah, we're only at 15%. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy how, like, we literally have a guy getting injured every single week. I get we're playing a lot of games, but every single week is not acceptable in my eyes. So that means that the league is not protecting its players at that point. But anyways, new owner goals. What's our new owner goal? We're a buyer. Hey, we're expected to make round 1 of the playoffs, you say. Hey? Oh, boy, you guys are in for a rude awakening unless we somehow go on a 10-game win streak here. But we all know that's not going to happen. You know what? I'm also going to try something here with Rasu. That being that we are going to attempt to get his system fit working. Again, it might not work, but something we can try. Please fit the scheme. Yes, thank you. Let's get him... I think if he fits line 1. Beautiful. Okay, so having Kyle Rasu actually being able to fit line 1 and 2 on our scheme fit should be massive. Does that just immediately take into effect, or how does that work? I've never actually done that on a player, which, I mean, you can build some pretty sweet teams if you actually get guys buying in like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, just immediately matches them up. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay. So let's go... Well, we're obviously down a Landon Dupont, so that's not helping, but, like, look at this. Okay, I guess that's what we're playing then for now, because our defense is just injured beyond belief. Oh, cool. Dupont's healthy again, and we just didn't put him in the lineup. Great. Okay. Well, you know what? That actually works just fine for me. So we're essentially 20-30 on the year now, heading into February, which is not exactly where I was expecting us to be, but you know, I say it could be worse, but no, it really couldn't be much worse. This team was supposed to be making a jump this year, and things are just going sideways right now, which you kind of expect with a team this young. You don't expect everything to just be smooth progression straight up to the top, but it's been pretty much anything but smooth progression at this point. So we got a couple guys like Matthew Wood, Nikita Sinekin. A couple guys are looking okay. Emerton's up to a 72. Yeah, I just don't have a whole lot of words for how poorly things have gone so far for this team this year. But you know, it's going to happen from time to time. Yakupov is sick, man. He's so good. Give him time. He's going to be a very effective winger for us. It's just funny for me as an Oilers fan, if you can't tell. As an Oilers fan, the name Yakupov has a very different meaning to me. But anyways, let's continue on through February and see if this team can maybe break the 30-win mark. Okay, so we're up to 25 wins on the season. I don't think... Do we have 20 games left? We do have 21 games left. So technically, if we went on a massive winning streak, we could hypothetically make the playoffs, but that would have to be 40 points worth of... Yeah, like we'd have to essentially go on a 20-ish game. We'd go like 10-1 and then win another 10. Like that's the type of win percentage we would have to probably clear to make the playoffs, and even then I don't even know if we'd actually make the playoffs still. So at least there's a franchise sniper at the top of this draft in Lionel Bertuzzi, and you know, maybe that's a guy we push for. Yeah, this team just absolutely tanked it this year. I can't believe how bad we actually have been here. Yeah, wow. I got nothing for how this team's performing currently. So, yeah, so be it. I don't even know what we are at this point. If we're supposed to be buyers, like it's just not happening. We're not buying, we're not selling, we're just sticking with this team and going, holy shit, guys, like, figure out, I get you might need the season, but figure it out, because this has not been good. Well, we have finally cleared the 35-win mark. We don't have 10 games left in the season, so... Man, that was just such a bad season. Like, I watched this season sim and go, oh, maybe there's hope. Oh, we lost more games. Oh, there looks like there's hope. Oh, we lost more games. It's just been one of those seasons where just getting it out of the way. Oh, man, I'm just done with how this season went. That's it. I'll move my face cam back over here, because then we're kind of facing... Yeah, it doesn't really matter, I guess, but... Dan Bilesma got fired as well. Not surprising. Not that he's a bad coach. He's just coaching a bad team. We won't even finish last in our division in spite of the terrible, terrible season we had. Nice. Nice. Okay. So, guys, we finish 40... 38-4. Not even that terrible of a record. It's an 84-point season. We're technically the last team to miss the playoffs in our division, not the closest statistical team from... We're actually the third closest statistical team from making the playoffs after Edmonton and San Jose. We were just in a fairly stacked division with 4 100-point teams and a 95-point team. So, yeah, I don't really have too many issues with that. It's just more a matter of, wow, we could not win hockey games when we needed to. That's just simply how it felt. And yeah, Filip Forsberg leads the team again. 65 points, nothing outrageous or crazy, but you know, enough. Only 45 points for Dupont, so he was injured, so I'm not really, again, mad that he didn't clear his previous career high. 49 points for Viggo Bjorck as a rookie, though, is awesome. Ravensburgen somehow won 31 games by the end of the year, which when I look at that, I go, how did that even happen? This team was just so bad in front of him for the majority of the season. And then they just start putting it together at the end. Joseph still misses his career total. Or his career high. He is just 19, so again, give him time, but man, oh man, did he have a struggle. How is that the final stats for him? That's crazy. Like, I get that, you know, it looks like Lysell like severely underperformed compared to Ravensburgen, but like I would have split them a little bit more even on time than that too, just to get Lysell going, but obviously our goalie coach has got something else in mind, I guess. Yeah, not really any noticeable growth on the team besides maybe Dupont and Rasu. But that's pretty much it. Like, there wasn't really a whole lot going on here. And it kind of showed. based on what we just watched there. So, yeah, I would love for Rossou to be our top 4 guy on the other side there, but we also need to convince Matthew Schaefer that he can actually play in our top 4. So, yeah, once we get that done, then that'll make a big difference, but just a bad season overall from the team. I really just did not, like, we had an 86 rated player lead the team in scoring when we have so many guys that are higher rated than that. So anyways, here's your team stats for the end of the regular season. Everybody up to top 16 qualifies, so makes sense. We were 19th place with our 40, 38, and 4 record there. So yeah, absolutely not going to be winning the lottery. It looks like Philly, Vegas, Ottawa, Washington, and Tampa are those teams in that mix. I do wonder, do we have anybody else's picks? We might have Vegas's pick. Probably not, but that is a possibility. Where's draft board? There it is. No, we only have our own pick. Okay, so that's yeah, nothing to really think too hard about. But a Lionel Bertuzzi with a trade up on a pick, if some team just randomly wins the lottery and wants to trade the pick, yeah, I would love to go get a franchise sniping winger, but that would cost us a lot too, and I don't know if the team's necessarily going to be better off from us just chucking prospects away. So yeah, I do really like the state this team's in, but I just do not like the season and the result we got here, which I think most of you would agree with. It was just a down year overall, and the 10th highest scorer only had 89 points this year, so it was a low-scoring year to start with. So, you know, what do you do? Maybe that was because of the shots, honestly. I think maybe I shouldn't have turned the shooting percentage down. So, we'll turn that back up because I think that's honestly what screwed us over more than anything. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yikes. And we're also on hard trade difficulty this year, so if we wanted to actually make a trade at the draft for a franchise player, goodbye assets. Like, so many assets. Goodbye assets. But, yeah, anyways, I'm going to record some stats. Okay, so yeah, overall, disappointing season, but that does happen sometimes. So yeah, we'll end up simming through, seeing who wins the awards and everything. I'll keep track of the AHL stuff going on here, but yeah, I will see you guys at the season awards because this was just... actually, let's go back to the comments here first and just take a look. I think the only thing that Braden Cream actually got right, which no knock against him, the team just completely underperformed. Everybody was like, oh yeah, things are trending in the right direction. We made the playoffs. We have some top players or top prospects developing very nicely, all these things. I think the only thing that did actually pan out of his predictions, which I will put on screen again here, was Ethan Belchetz breaking out. He finished 3rd in scoring. He scored 50 points in 75 games. That's, again, 0.75 points per game kind of thing. I think, maybe not quite 0.75, sorry, 0.66 points per game, that's very solid. That's a good improvement. Yeah, 0.66. So 2/3 of the time he was scoring a point when he played a game. So yeah, trending in the right direction. That's awesome to see. It looks like he's actually got close quarters as a new X factor, which is awesome. That's going to help him score a lot of goals. And yeah, that was, I think, the one thing that Braden did actually nail on the head there. The only thing I think I got right was Filip Forsberg, but I did not think this team was going to be anywhere near that bad. Okay, so we're going up to the 17th now, where we have pretty lackluster ticket drive. Oh, and okay, it looks like the Colorado Avalanche won the cup, which, you know, kind of makes sense when you consider they were top of our division in probably the toughest division in the league this year. Yeah, that one kind of adds up. Okay, Forsberg's down to an 84. Okay, so yeah, they win the cup. Rangers win the President's Trophy. They go back-to-back to the cup finals. Oh my God, Colorado's won 3 cups in 5 years. I'm seeing that correctly. No, yeah. 3 cups in 5 years. So the Colorado Avalanche are a dynasty in the mid to late 2020s. What? I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it kind of seems like I thought their window would be a little bit further back than that. I guess not, but Wow. Way to go, Colorado. That's impressive, man. Okay, guys, 4 awards this year. Connor McDavid wins the Art Ross. Matthews wins the Hart. Hughes wins the Norris. Marner wins the Lady Byng. Schvidke wins the Calder. Rantanen wins the Conn Smythe for the 2nd time in 3 years. Shesterkin wins his 3rd straight Vezina. He also wins his 2nd Jennings. Caden Gooley gets the Masterton. Gainey, or Calgary's coach, gets the Jack Adams. Trocheck with the Selke. Trocheck with the Selke. That's interesting. And then Matthews with the Lindsay and Rocket. Very nice. Okay, guys, so we will sim up to the lottery, see how the draft lottery plays out this year, because there is a big name player at the top of the board. That being, I'm completely blanking on his name right now, but with 19th place, it's impossible for us to move up to the number 1 pick. If we could win the lottery, that'd be great, but I don't think that's possible because we've won 2 lotteries, but I think one of them was because we were in dead last place. Yeah, we did finish 32nd in the Dupont sweepstakes and ended up winning him. So, yeah, this is Lionel Bertuzzi, an American left-wing 6'2" sniper. Looks great, but yeah, he would cost us a pretty penny to get. But let's see what team actually gets him here as we continue on up to the draft. I'm going to go right up to the day on the calendar, because then that way we don't get all screwed around with how everything else works here. And it's going to be Vegas moving from 2 to 1 to win that player. So that is another somewhat, and not really, but kind of rival player, as that is still in our division. St. Louis jumps from 13 to 3 to land probably a very solid player. Washington and Ottawa and all those other teams move down. We stay planted at 14, so had we finished 1 position worse, we would have jumped to the 3rd overall pick, probably had a little more wiggle room to try and trade around. 14 isn't going to give us a whole lot to actually do and deal with there, so that's too bad, but you guys got to let me know, because that's going to be one of the questions I leave in the comments for the end of this episode, is do we dare trade away the farm and all the extra prospects and all of this other stuff in exchange for another number 1 guy on this team like a Lionel Bertuzzi. I really like his player build and style. I think he would immediately replace a player probably like Filip Forsberg on our team. That's kind of like, I think he'd just be a much better version of Filip Forsberg. But yeah, we're going to have to see how if the shoe fits, if we can make moves happen. I don't want to just give up certain players, but at the same time, if we can really make our top end the topmost end in the league, maybe it makes sense. I mean, we look at the depth in the system there for top end prospects isn't amazing. There are some elite goalies there, I guess. But yeah, really just not a whole lot there as far as potential goes. Most of the guys are already in the league, so we would probably be trading away a top piece. And I don't know who that would be. Maybe it's a Demetrius Riley. Maybe it's because he is kind of small. So that's maybe the player we look to trade. But I don't know. We would have to figure out what a package actually looks like for the Golden Knights once we get to it. But yeah, that is where we're going to wrap this one up. Actually, you know what? Let's advance one more day, get to retirement, see what else we're looking at here for retired players. We'll go one more day, and then, okay, here's the retired players. So this year, we're going to see, 4 1,000-plus point players, almost 5, had Victor Hedman played a little bit longer, but Nuge, really, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at 85 overall retires. That seems a little bit early to me, but, that's, call it a career. He cleared 1,000 points. I don't think he ever won a Stanley Cup, though. Yeah, no awards pretty much. That's crazy, but that is your retiree class. Here's the goalies. Very good goalies this year, too. Wow. This has been that's the best goalie class we've seen so far, but big name retirees this year. And, headlined by Patrick Kane. Wow. All right, guys. So Victor Hedman becomes a coach. Looks like we don't lose any of our coaches, which that's okay. But we might be trying to get a new coach after the way this year went, anyways. But yeah, I mean, this draft is going to be an interesting one regardless. I think there are going to be some other decent picks that we can maybe go after. Maybe guys like Jyrki Ingren, or pretty sure there's a low elite in here somewhere. Yeah, Scavello, or even like a Petrolainen might be okay. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. But it should be an intriguing draft class. We don't have a ton of players actually properly scouted besides guys that are really like far out of range for us for the most part. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, we always manage to do okay at the draft at least, but we'll see if we can make this a draft to remember or not in Nashville. So that is it for me. Let me know what you guys think. Respond to the comments below to get featured in the next one. But that is it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and until next time.